this one is going to be a special one. With the NBA not doing very much, Kevin Durant has something that come out the other day. He said that the Warriors was not to blame for his injury. In Major League Baseball, going through the dog days of August, really when it comes down to it, probably baseball is probably not one of the big things you can talk about like on something like this on a podcast like this. And with football just starting to go into the preseason, I've decided that what we're going to do for this episode is do my predictions episode for NXT TakeOver Toronto, which is happening tonight, and WWE SummerSlam, which is happening tomorrow night. Both on the WWE Network. So let's go ahead and let's start the show with our NXT TakeOver Toronto and WWE SummerSlam predictions episode. TakeOver Toronto starting tomorrow night on the WWE Network. Let's go ahead and get right into it. The first one we're going to talk about is a triple threat match for the North American NXT Championship. Velveteen Dream, the champion, will defend against Pete Dunne and Roderick Strong. Now, for me, I think you have to keep the title on Velveteen Dream. I really do. I think that this would be a fantastic way to get to him. Because I think Velveteen Dream should be NXT champion, but I think he should get it during WrestleMania weekend. That's my opinion. But I can also see where they might be going with this, because the way they could be going with this is that this could be a night where at the end of the night, all members of the Undisputed Era stand strong with championships. I could totally see that. But I also know that there's this intention in the past between Strong and Cole, and that could lead for them to kick out Roderick Strong. So we'll have to see where that goes. But I am going to choose Velveteen Dream to continue on as the champion. He'll win this match. This should be awesome, though. So the next match is a grudge match between Candice LeRae and Io Shirai. In the last NXT TakeOver, Io Shirai showed a bit of her hero's tactics by attacking Shayna Baszler at the end of their match with the help of Candice LeRae. But then, in a shocking turn, Io Shirai turned on Candice LeRae after a steel cage match they had on NXT television. So now we got a grudge match between Candice LeRae and Io Shirai. I think this could be very well a fantastic match. But see where this goes. But I'm going to say that Io Shirai beats Candice LeRae in this grudge match. The NXT Tag Team Championship match is next with the Street Profits, who have been getting a lot of time on Monday Night Raw, taking on the Undisputed Era of Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. Now, again, like I've said, there is a great possibility that we could see every member of the Undisputed Era holding gold. And with the Street Profits doing their thing on Raw, I've got to believe that, and that seems to be a Paul Heyman thing. I've got to believe that I think that this is going to be one of those where the Street Profits, unfortunately, will lose the championship. So I'm going to say that the Undisputed Era wins this one, and then the next night on Raw, we will see the Street Profits make their, well, I wouldn't say maybe, well, no, we'll make their in-ring debut on Monday Night Raw. And we'll actually see them get to wrestle. Maybe they will actually, they've been building up the what's the name guys, the Viking Raiders so much that maybe we'll see a Street Profits Viking Raiders program on Monday Night Raw. That would be something interesting to see. So, so I am going to go with the Undisputed Era winning the NXT Tag Team Championships tomorrow night. Next is the NXT Women's Championship match between Shayna Baszler versus Nia Young. Now, Shayna Baszler has been champion for almost a full year now, and they really made her be like this dominant force with the help of her fellow horsewomen, Marina Shafir and Jessamine Duke. So And I don't think, now I could be wrong, I don't think they're going to put the title on Mia Yim. I don't think so. I think they're waiting. I think they're maybe waiting for Candice LeRae to put the title onto her. So I'm not sure. You know, they could put the title on Mia Yim and then have Shayna Baszler and the rest of the horsemen debut on Raw or SmackDown after SummerSlam. But I don't think Mia Yim right now is the right person to do that. But this should be a pretty good match, and I'm still gonna say Shayna Baszler is gonna come out the winner. And finally, what should be the main event, will be the main event, is a 2 out of 3 falls match for NXT Championship match. The first fall would be a regular old singles match. The second fall would be a street fight, and the third fall, if necessary, and it will be necessary, will be decided by William Regal. So is Adam Cole, the champion, going up against Johnny Gargano, an NXT Championship? And again, I've said this now for the third time. This could be a night where everybody stands tall on NXT from the Undisputed Era as champions. And I don't think this is going to be any different. I think that we're going to see Adam Cole win this, but I think this is going to be Johnny Gargano's final farewell in NXT. I really do. I think that this will be Johnny Gargano's last match in NXT. I think he'll, at that point, be moved up to the main roster, or he'll be moved over to 205 Live, whatever. But I think this is Johnny Gargano's final match, and I think he's going to make this match turn out to be fantastic. I think this is going to be probably a 5-star match, or according to Dave Meltzer, it's probably going to be some type of 6-star match, whatever. But I think he's going to be this is going to be truly amazing. I'll predict Adam Cole to win. But, yeah. And by the way, I think the third fall, I'm going to say that it's going to be Hell in a Cell. And now to WWE SummerSlam. And this is being recorded Friday morning, so if something late breaks happen late Friday evening or early Saturday, or even early Sunday, obviously I can't do nothing about that. But that being said, let's go ahead and let's go through the matches on this show. We'll start with the Cruiserweight Championship. Drew Gulak taking on Oney Lorcan. And Drew Gulak has been a Cruiserweight champion now for a few 2 months now, I believe. He beat Tony Nese and Akira Tozawa in a triple threat match 2 months ago. Tony Nese had his rematch last pay-per-view, so now he's now facing Oney Lorcan, and Oney Lorcan on Twitter is just he is something else. He is something else. So, but this should be very very interesting. Cruiserweights always do a great job. I am not someone that watches 205 Live. So I don't know necessarily the story behind this, but it's you can catch up on it. They do a great job of catching up on this. This is probably going to be I don't even know if this is going to be on the pre-show. Yeah, they'll probably announce a couple of matches for the pre-show. I think all 10 of these matches are probably going to be on the main card. This is probably going to go 4 hours. So with this one, I'm going to have to say that Drew Gulak retains the Cruiserweight Championship. Next, a match that was made this Monday and on Raw, Goldberg taking on Dolph Ziggler. Now, this obviously to me seems like this is going to be, obviously this is probably going to be what Undertaker Goldberg should have been. This, Dolph Ziggler's probably going to hit a super kick. He may hit 2 or 3 super kicks on Goldberg. Goldberg's going to get up, spear, jackhammer, and maybe even another jackhammer for the victory. So I think this is easily what this is going to be. This is going to be Goldberg, and apparently there are rumors that this is going to be Goldberg's last match. Actually, that he is going to come back like 2 or 3 times a year now. So I don't know how I necessarily feel about that. I think it is time to kind of step away, from the Goldbergs, from the Undertakers of the world. Kane is going to make a comeback apparently. So as well. So I just kind of step away from those and start with the all the new people they have. But you know that being said, I'm the one that still wants The Rock to have a retirement match. So whatever. But I'm predicting Goldberg to beat Dolph Ziggler decisively. Next match is Trish Stratus coming back to face Charlotte Flair, and I'm going to be interested to see how this goes because I wonder. Trish she did the Royal Rumble, the first ever Women's Royal Rumble. And she came back for Evolution for a tag match with Lita. So I think she still could go in some sort of fashion, but I wonder what this is necessarily going to end up being like. So I'm going to say that Charlotte Flair wins. Obviously, I think this is obviously what they're going to do. Even though this is Toronto, I think Charlotte Flair is going to win. But I would like to see a good showing from Trish Stratus during this match. So I'm hoping that this would not. What I also would like to see maybe a handshake or a hug. Even though Charlotte Flair is a heel, I like to see that. Just like we saw Samoa Joe want to help Roman Reigns. I'd like to see Charlotte Flair, show some love to Trish Stratus. So, but I think Charlotte Flair, without question, is going to win this match. Next, for the United States Championship, we got AJ Styles versus Ricochet. If given enough time, this could be the match of the weekend. We know the stuff that AJ Styles can do in the ring. We know what Ricochet can get done. So I think this could be the show stiller of the weekend for WWE. I'm going to say that AJ Styles continue on with the United States Championship because I think they're having a good thing right now with the OC. The OC holding some of the gold, the United States Championship and the Tag Team Championship. If there was a way that I thought that they could get AJ Styles into the Universal Championship picture, I would then say that it would be Ricochet, but I just don't see it right now. So I think for this point, we're going to have AJ Styles be the United States Championship. I think that might be down the line. If Finn Balor does turn heel and then he joins the OC, I think Finn Balor could be United States Championship, and then I think AJ Styles would. And I think, yeah. So I kind of think those Luke Gallows and Anderson are going to maintain the Tag Team Championship. So I think that could very well be in the works. Next is the match that everybody has been waiting for. Finn Balor versus The Fiend, Bray Wyatt. Some people are disappointed that it's not the Demon, but it's okay. Finn Balor's going to be taking time off of SummerSlam. So, obviously, I think Finn Balor here is going to lose. And I think with The Fiend being so over right now, I think you have to put the Fiend, right? You have to put the Fiend over. This doesn't make sense. But this depends on like the type of match this is going to be. Is this going to be straight domination from the Fiend? Is Finn Balor going to get any type of offense? What's going to happen in this match? What kind of new offense has Bray Wyatt had? He's now seemingly going to be having on like the mandible claw, and everything like that. So what's going to happen to Bray Wyatt and the Fiend? So I cannot wait for this match as well. But I'm obviously, I'm choosing the Fiend to end up with the victory here. Next, Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon. If Kevin Owens loses, he will quit the WWE. To me, I don't see how they could do this unless again they pull out the fine print thing where where what if Kevin Owens would lose in a certain way, because here's what they did on SmackDown. On SmackDown, Shane McMahon talked about the myriad of ways that Shane McMahon could win. That he could win by, pinfall, submission, countout, or even a disqualification. So maybe they might do that thing where maybe he would do something like that, where maybe if Shane McMahon get himself intentionally disqualified, or something like that, or not intentionally disqualified, that wouldn't happen. But like if you know what I mean, if Kevin Owens get disqualified, or if he get counted out, then maybe it wouldn't count. So I could see them doing that, but I would have to think that this is straight up going to be the Kevin Owens show, and Kevin Owens beat Shane McMahon to win. Next is the SmackDown Women's Championship as Bayley takes on Ember Moon. Now, I think this is obviously going to be a really good match. I think we could hear you could hear the crowd, split on this because let's go Bayley, Ember Moon chants, something like that. So I think this could be a very good match. I think that they've got more to do with Bayley as a SmackDown Women's Championship. I don't think this is going to be something where maybe Ember would turn heel or anything like that. So I'm going to say this is Bayley's night, and Bayley will maintain the SmackDown Women's Championship. Next is the WWE Championship match between Kofi Kingston and Randy Orton. They've gone back to this 10 years ago to this alleged story, these rumors of the match, and they keep showing it. They keep it kayfabe, but the behind the thing story is that, again, those of y'all who may not know, the match between Randy Orton and Kofi Kingston on Monday Night Raw, it was supposed to end with Randy Orton kicking Kofi in the head with the punch, and but instead of that happening, Kofi got up, and then Randy Orton hit Kofi with an RKO, and he said, "Stupid, stupid, stupid," and he pinned him for the 1, 2, 3. And then apparently he went backstage and he kind of told Vince and the boys that Kofi wasn't ready. He's out there, and he's just not ready for the big time. Because apparently that thing with Kofi King, and Kofi was really over with the crowd at that time, and he had got over he had got over on Randy Orton even, actually, but that was deemed to be a fight. Then Kofi Kingston fell back into the mid card to the tag team realm and everything like that, but they bring this story back up, so there's a little bit of heat behind this. I could see Randy Orton winning. I really could. I would not be surprised if he did. But my prediction is Kofi Kingston is going to win. I think they're going. I kind of think that this what this looks like, that this is going to continue on for Kofi. I don't know how much longer Kofi's going to have the championship, but I would think Kofi's going to have it. If Kofi doesn't lose it today, I think Kofi doesn't lose it until the Royal Rumble. Next, in a submission match, we get Becky Lynch versus Natalya for the Raw Women's Championship. Now, they can't have two people from Canada lose, can they? So with Trish Stratus, with Trish Stratus winning, losing against Charlotte Flair, I can't see Natalya losing as well. So I'm going to say here that Natalya beats Becky Lynch via submission. But here's how she's going to do it. Sasha Banks is going to come back. She's going to knock out Becky Lynch. Natalya will lock in the sharpshooter, and Becky Lynch will pass out. Becky Lynch will not respond. The ref will do the wrist thing, and ring the bell, giving Natalya the Raw Women's Championship and giving a feud that could last forever between Becky Lynch and Sasha Banks. So Natalya is my pick, and she would be the new Raw Women's Champion. And finally, Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins for the Universal Championship. The beatdown 2 weeks ago on Monday Night Raw was an epic beatdown, epic proportions. It was great. It was just fantastic. Some great, gritty violence in a PG era, which is awesome. That is exactly what WWE was talking about, when that they can get edgy in a PG way. Also with the whole Maria and Maria Kanellis and Mike Kanellis cucking thing, they can do that. So, but this is a good one, and I thought this is a beatdown. The one on Monday was it was what it was. I saw maybe I've watched and read a lot of comments about that, and I would agree with that. I thought maybe it wasn't as good as it could have been. And then the whole scene where they were talking at the end, where Seth was talking at the end, and it's not necessarily the way you would want to see Seth Rollins. So I'm not sure how they're going to go with this. I think the right thing to do is to maybe. I don't think Seth Rollins should beat Brock Lesnar, especially in the way that the beatdown happened. I think this should really just be this should be a John Cena type of beatdown for Brock Lesnar. Suplex after suplex after suplex, F5, 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 victory for Brock Lesnar. I think Seth Rollins should maybe get a couple of offensive moves in, but this really should be a dominating finish by Brock Lesnar. So my prediction would be Brock Lesnar retaining the Universal Championship. So that was my predictions episode for NXT TakeOver Toronto and WWE SummerSlam. I want to remind you guys to make sure to go over to my YouTube channel, AJ Trip. The link will be down in the description below. And make sure you subscribe and click the notification bell, because after both NXT TakeOver Toronto tonight and WWE SummerSlam tomorrow night, you will get a rapid reaction for both. This is where I review what went down on the show. I'll give you my star rating, give you some good stuff. So you should definitely check it out. Make sure that you again subscribe and click the notification bell. So I also have you can also help a brother out if you feel like it. I have a tier plan. If you make sure you go to the link in the description box for anchor.fm/Andre Triplet, where you can subscribe to this podcast for either $1, for either 99 cents, $4.99, or $9.99. So choose whatever you want. Just the fact that you would want to subscribe and help a brother out would be so much. Or if you want to give more, there's a donation link down there as well, where you can donate directly to me. So I appreciate anything that you want to do. Make sure you are here in 2 weeks, as we will go over the preseason, what happened in the NFL with injuries and things like that, and I will give you my picks for the NFL, and I'll also give you some college picks as well. So thank you guys so much for listening. This is your boy AJ Trip signing off. As always, be good to each other, y'all. Be careful out there. And I am out.